Hi, my name is Courtney. I am a customer success lead here at Planned. I help support on the service side and manage the team that, interacts with our users on a daily basis. Our event managers are really there to guide you from A to Z throughout the entire event cycle and are there to support you with the sourcing efforts as that sort of starting point, and then taking you through each and every step of the way through the whole event process. Sometimes I work with planners who do this all the time and they're comfortable, but sometimes it's their first time planning an event ever, and it's way less stressful for them to have someone tell them things like, your event is in 1 month, you should send this. When it comes to sourcing specifically, understanding your vision and making sure the venue, the catering, the hotel, and everything in between aligns with it. Typically, our AI is great at making recommendations, but it's only as good as the context you're giving it. So I'm here to jump in when planners want more options than the ones that the platform is giving them. Once you've chosen suppliers, I chase down responses and make sure you always get at least 3 quotes, whether it's for a hotel, a DJ, AV, or catering. My job is to make sure you're happy with the options and never feel stuck. The first thing I typically do is I negotiate with the supplier directly. So it's usually hard for planners to do that because they don't always know what price is right or not, but I collect quotes from every supplier every day, so we really understand the data and market averages in different cities. So it's also nice to know that your event manager will typically negotiate on top of pricing, things like reduced F&B minimums, better attrition rates, or free upgrades. These make a huge difference at the end of the day. When the client is happy with the proposal, then we make sure that their contract aligns with our client's policies. So the way we're organized is that each event manager on your client events are specifically trained on those policies. When it comes to payments, it's really easy. So it's handled directly by the platform. So we basically pay the supplier as soon as the contract is signed, and then you pay Planned later. I can definitely talk about a few times that we've got our clients out of some sticky situations. We've had, different cancellations. This one comes to mind where we were planning a holiday party and we had to cancel the entire event. But thankfully we worked to get a rebooking clause baked back into the contract, and this was post-contract signed. So we were able to work with the supplier and the client to make sure that they both won in this scenario and everyone was happy. Another one that comes to mind actually happened quite recently. A client was looking for a room block of 200 guest rooms, and the hotel needed a confirmation by end of day. We were trying to get a response from the client, but we weren't able to hear from them. So we actually were able to negotiate on the back end based on a relationship with the supplier. We really utilized that in this scenario, and we're able to get the room block back up and running. So really saved, a really big room block for our clients and leveraged those relationships. So the Planned platform has multiple capabilities, and a few of them being building out your event site and a room block management tool. We work with you and the hotel and take care of rooming lists, reminders, and so that's something you and your team don't need to think about. So we'll monitor attrition for you and deposit schedules, and you'll have that full client dashboard leading up to the events with all of that information. We absolutely know that event planning can be extremely stressful and daunting sometimes, and that's what I think is so great about Planned, is that our event managers are really there to relieve you of all of that stress and anxiety and help you along the way. So we take all the heavy lift off your plate so you can make those easy decisions, and we can help guide you, from A to Z and make sure your event is a complete success.